Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and we're coming to you live today from our studio in New Jersey in the United States of America. Our show today is episode 69 of the United Kingdom News and Culture. If you want to find out what's going on with the British royal family, you want to find out what's going on in the United Kingdom, you've come to the right place, my friends, because we have our expert correspondents here, as well as the star of our show, DIANN FLOYD BOEHM. Let's welcome her. She's somewhere, either in a jet or on a boat. Maybe she's riding donkey. I don't know. Where are you, DIANN, today?
Hello, Dr. Jacalyn. I'm in Virginia in the United States.
Well, it's lovely to have you with us. Thanks for being here. And let's welcome the rest of our panel. Joining us with a special birthday in the family, it's Simon MacDonald. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I could tell by your accent today, DIANN. You're not in Texas this time.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Simon, you have a special birthday in the family. Tell us about it.
Oh, yes, Isla, a little, well, not so little now, golden retriever. To recall a while back, that little bundle of fluff that I could actually pick up and say, look, here she is. And she was licking me all over the face. Well, now she's quite big and I can't just pick her up like that. She is 2 today. So that's it, the start of the terrible 2s. She herself a lovely new pink fluffy piggy teddy dolly today, and so she's just been running around the house going after this thing, squeaking it as loud as she can, tails wagging and so on, until eventually she just crashed, and that was it. So she was, last time I saw her, she was in the lounge, sound asleep, with this pink fluffy piggy squeaking beside her. So she's quite content.
Well, happy birthday to Isla. And let's welcome Mr. Ian Pelham Turner. We just had a fabulous conversation before the show. Welcome, Ian. Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone from London. Well, the sun is shining in London today, so I'm very pleased to say, and it's much warmer. And lots of interesting things are happening, and at the moment, obviously, the royal family is doing all sorts of wonderful stories that we can talk about and really pull apart and wonder what's going to happen next. And I loved your opening comment about finding out what the royal family are doing. Well, if you can find out for me, that'll be very useful. Because I don't really know where they're going to next. They're taking a path that could be quite interesting over the next few weeks, that's for certain.
Well, I think we have somebody with us who does know what's going on. Let's welcome Helena Chard to the program. Hello.
Hi. How is everyone?
We're doing well. We're glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you. I was racing, chasing my tail, but here I am on this sunny day.
Well, I have to say there's been a recent article here in the States about Harry losing his case about getting security paid for. Does anyone have information on that?
Yeah, I mean, he has. I mean, he's tried to, obviously, to open the case again, but they're just not going for it. And it's quite understandable. It comes back to the same old thing. You know, he's not a working royal anymore. And as such, it opens the doors to privileged people basically having any security they want and been able to buy it, and it would be a very unfair situation. I mean, there's lots of thoughts, and I don't know what's going on. Obviously, the media and the stories that are coming out it's something else. But I do think I think he's got another case that's pending to do with security. You know, it doesn't mean that he can't get security, because there's lots of private security companies that he could go to. But you know, maybe this is the time where, you know, they will start talking, and there is room for negotiation. I always say the same thing, that, you know, people can talk, people can negotiate. It's let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But I think it's the right decision. I really do.
I have to say, and this, I actually differ.
Yay!
Here we go again.
I love it. Get out your boxing
really
gloves, everyone.
Yeah.
I do differ, because I think if I had to do a piece for Fox yesterday on this particular subject as well. For me, what I wrote then was, the reality for me is that we should modernize the royal family. That's point number one. And so if they wish to pay for some of their own security rather than coming out of the citizens' pockets, as is happening right now, then I take one view. The other thing, of course, is, you know, can people buy from, say, the Metropolitan Police? Well, at the moment, some of the police cars, and there's talk now that a lot of the police cars are going to be sponsored. They're going to carry sponsorship on the sides of their cars to actually try and bring down the cost of policing in London. So, you know, for me right now, I understand what they're saying is that he would be in a privileged position. But at the same time, if he is able to pay for security, you see, it's all very well them saying that you cannot, you know, buy security, you know, with the Metropolitan Police. But I have a strange feeling, and I was told once. So this is just purely alleged, not that I can actually prove it, that people who want to talk to the chief of the Metropolitan Police, the commissioner, if they want to talk to him privately, there's a cost, and that cost goes to his private office. So I think what I'm looking at the moment, for me, I feel is a double standard, and I feel at a time when the reality is necessary to bring Harry and Meghan back and to unite the royal family. And if he wants to pay for security, my argument is, why not?
That was interesting to say that you can pay to speak to the commissioner, a meeting. I had no idea.
It's an allegation. I mean, I heard
Allegedly.
that it costs £7,000 an hour to actually talk to the commissioner, and that's in his private office. This is an allegation. Whether it's an true, allegation. But this is what I've heard in the past, that it's £7,000 an hour.
If somebody wants to talk to me, I won't charge as much, I promise.
Me neither. Yeah, the mind boggles about the sponsorship on police cars. I mean, what sort of adverts are we going to see along the side of a cop car? You know, come to sunny Colombia where there's no extradition treaty. You know, things like that.
Well, I mean, you know, it's basically right now. I think we all are in agreement that we're trying to lower taxes. You know, we're at the highest rate of taxes probably in Europe at the moment. We're trying to lower taxes in the first place. And so if corporates want to create sponsorship for particular opportunities, then I don't see a problem in it. But, you know, because, and I think with the royal family, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that Buckingham Palace is suddenly are skewed with, I don't know, McDonald's. We have a big M over the top of, would be quite interesting, over the top of Buckingham Palace. But I think, within reason, I just don't get it anymore. I think, we're in a modern society. I don't know if other countries allow their security services to be bought in a private way. I've no indication of that. But for me, I just don't get it. I think if he was prepared to pay, I could understand it if he didn't want to pay and he was still expecting it, and he's not a member of the royal family anymore, as in the traditional sense. I could understand it then that and he was trying to get it for free, but he's not. He's actually wanting to pay for his own security, so that the security of his children, his wife, and obviously his mother-in-law as well, is protected. And so I don't get it anymore. With this court system, with this country, that if this cannot be allowed, then perhaps then we should stop any type of corporate dealing that happens within the royal family.
Well, I still think it's the right thing, and I think you can't just state this is what I want and just get it. I mean, yes, it's good to talk, but there are so many things that need discussing, and we've got so many wealthy people as well in the country. Everyone will just be jumping on the bandwagon and expecting to pay for their gun security, and you just can't do that. It's no one's saying that he doesn't need security. I mean, he's not here enough as it is, and he can get his security. But, we can't just give security out willy-nilly. It doesn't work like that. It's madness.
Is it possible he'd be there more often if he had security?
Again, it's this negotiation, and there's a lot of talking. There's so much talking to do. You just can't give. There has to be some kind of understanding, and you'd almost think yes, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's still a chance that he could be a working royal. Who's to say? No one's saying no, you can't. He was told that he couldn't be a part-time working royal, but now that was something that was discussed. It could also be opened up again as something that then he would be a working royal, and it would be slightly different footing. But when you hear about all these things and the new film that's supposed to be coming out, and they're doing this Netflix, you can't have it every which way, can you? There has to be give, and there has to be a degree of courtesy and drawing a line. It's just, I don't like it. I mean, again, it's alleged about this new film that's supposed to be coming out. Supposedly, they're going to see how Prince Andrew's film goes. And again, I don't have it on authority, but when I start hearing about things like that, then you think this big feature film coming out about royal life, and you can just imagine what it would be like, and it's not on in my books.
Helena, while you're on Spotlight, could you share what you do know about this film? I haven't heard anything yet.
I don't have that much information. I've just been advised that it's in talks, but we know that they have a deal with Netflix anyway for various things to come out, and I think it's something that they're both looking at. That's Harry and Meghan, to produce or be part of this film, which talks about their life as royals, and I guess gives away secrets behind the scenes of the royal family. And yeah, I mean, I can understand why they want to do it. They want to make a lot of money, and and so it goes on. But I don't have enough information. All I know is that it's in talks at the moment. And I can imagine it, if I was a royal, part of the UK royal family, I would be absolutely horrified.
It would be hard to really get Ian's wish to unite the royals and have everyone all together as a true family if you end up telling private family secrets. I can think about having 5 brothers, and if I shared a few things, they'd like pulverize me, I think.
Diane, we're all ears. What would you like to share?
It's family.
We won't tell anyone, Diane.
Not a soul, right?
Is that why
Just a
you
million
people moved
people.
across America?
She's on the move. Nobody can find her. When I find that Diane, I know.
That's right.
Now, we realise why Diane is always on the run.
My brother's right
Literally
on
the
That's funny. On another note, I loved hearing how Princess Catherine, she, and I apologize if I didn't use her proper royal title, so correct me, please. But I loved how she said she cannot write her autograph, but she can draw pictures, and so she drew a few pictures for different children she was visiting.
Oh,
did y'all see that?
Was that at the picnic? Was it a picnic?
Yes, at the picnic.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. So we've got it's the annual Chelsea Flower Show. I always look forward to this time of year. It's so exciting. I love plants, and this time of year gardens are beautiful. And obviously Chelsea Flower Show is hosted by the Royal Horticultural Society, and it's well underway. And it's in the grounds of Royal Hospital in Chelsea, and it is actually one of the world's greatest showcases of horticulture. So I suppose horticulture excellence, I guess. And you get so many famous people, all the royals attend, and it's a real spectacle. People actually showcase gardens and they win awards. I absolutely love it. It's my dream. But what was lovely was seeing the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton. She has attended the first ever children's picnic, and she always does things at the Chelsea Flower Show. And obviously they all sat around and they asked questions. And the whole idea is obviously it's so good for mental health and children to be outside enjoying life, and it gives confidence and various other things. But it was just lovely to see her chatting and then them just asking her lots of questions. So I think that's probably when she was doing her little pictures. But she was wearing this lovely pink dress and her pink suede wedges, which she wears when she's outside, her wedges. So yeah, really, really lovely. In fact, funnily enough, she got so much coverage over here. There was loads of pictures, front page things. And obviously King Charles and Queen Camilla with a few other royals went, but they didn't get nearly as much coverage. And I can well imagine that was a bit of a dent to the ego. But this is Kate's life work, isn't it? And children. So whenever you've got children and Chelsea Flower Show and Kate Middleton, it's obviously a winner.
Absolutely. Well, she's so beautiful, and she seems so genuinely kind and loving with anyone that she's around, that she just sparkles.
Yeah,
at least I think.
Yeah, no, she's good, and she's lovely with children.
A great choice.
Yeah, so there's so many royal things going on, and of course the social media side of things has changed so much with the royal family. They're now, and it's obviously part of modernising and I guess appealing to the younger generation as well. So they're putting out lots of things. So when they're out and about, and I don't know, with Chelsea Flower Show or whatever, whoever they're going to see, they do these little videos and put them online now, which I find fascinating. I think there is a slight question mark as to they're a little bit too glitzy, a bit too sleek, should I say, and the video should be a little bit more rough and ready. I mean, I personally like them being lovely, but I think maybe the younger generation, they like sort of more, I don't know, edgy videos. What do people think?
I'd like to see a rapping prince and princess. I must admit that I think that there was a wonderful artificial intelligence. Well, I presume it was with William wearing this rather slinky pink outfit, and I forget what Kate was wearing, but I presume that he wasn't actually modelling to something like that, and it was just an artificial intelligence image of it. But the thing that I suppose for me, I don't know, perhaps I look at things in a slightly different way at times, and they seem to be enjoying themselves, at the recent concert, the day after the coronation. But they don't seem to have street cred. They don't seem to have street moves. And I don't think they quite knew what to do with those flags that they were supposed to be waving or dancing. The only one that seemed to really sort of have any movement at all was what's her name, from Wessex, Edward. Sophie Wessex, yes, sorry. Sophie Wessex. She's the only one who really had any real moves to at all. Everybody else seemed to look slightly concerned that was this a royal way of doing things or not. But it was, I noticed that when they were featured, during the show, that they were sometimes with slight awkward movements from some of them as well. But because Charles is supposed to be a very good dancer, if I remember rightly. But I don't know, his daddy moves didn't quite seem to sort of come off this time. I don't know.
You wicked man.
I think this is the perfect time for everybody to show their dance moves. Who wants to start? Simon?
I'm claiming dispensation because of the knee.
I knew you were going to say
that. It probably has improved my dancing.
Oh. Helen, I know we have a video that you sent, as well as some photographs or some images that we're going to talk about as well.
Yeah, so with reference to, I think the photographs, I think we should talk about. So we have some lovely museums here in the UK, and at the moment, people are looking at sort of doing galleries, etc. So that people are really giving things a lot of thought. And it's a gallery called the Tate Britain that we've got here, which is fabulous. And at the moment, they're re-hanging, or they've rehung, I think, 800 of their pictures. And they've also added different pictures, which is really good. I mean, basically, it's reflecting the last 500 years of British art. And obviously, to give it a rejig is going to keep people coming in through the door. And it's a sort of, it's about visually retelling the story. And it's, how do I put this? It's Britain's rich diversity has been missed out a lot of the time. And if you think about 500 years ago, women maybe didn't have the same education, or couldn't have the same education. A lot of the wonderful imagery is of men and painted by men, and obviously that they've looked into things because there are a lot of women around who did loads of wonderful works of art. So they've put some new pictures in, and I think we put a few photographs. I think I sent a few, didn't I, Dr. Jacalyn, just to show that there's a real change coming up. So yes, so now which one is this? I think this is a picture by Marianne Stokes. This one, I actually don't know too much about it. I haven't got the actual date of it, but anyway, this is something from Marianne Stokes. It looks lovely, actually. I like those lovely globy bright lights. Haven't got a date, but that's one of the pictures. If you could imagine them in the Tate Britain, they're obviously in their lovely gilded frames, looking absolutely stunning. But we have some other photographs as well. Now, this is just part of a picture, and it's a striking abstract by Rachel Jones. Rachel Jones has got some wonderful, bold pieces. She's actually born in 1991, so she's quite young. And that's an installation that's gone in into the Tate Britain, which I think is beautiful. And there's a couple of other ones as well. Yep, that's actually 1907. That's a painting by Sylvia Pankhurst in 1907. And I think that's to do with, it looks like they're making pottery things there. And I know there's a final piece, which is Rachel White-Reed, and that's a sculpture. And she won the Turner Prize, I think, at some point. So that's also been put in. But it's great to recognise all these wonderful pieces of art. I mean, we've still got lovely, pieces like the Turner pieces and so many other well-known things there. But I think it's really good to think about, you know, the diversity of all the pictures and people. And I think it's also, I know that the same thing is happening with orchestras and things like that. Normally there's so many more men that are conductors and things like that, but now they're trying to create more of a balance, which is, I think, which is a good thing.
Absolutely, that's exciting.
Yes. I was just looking at that the first painting you put up there, is the Stokes one, and there's very much a Dutch influence in that. The way the girls dressed and the boats as well. Look, typical sort of Zuiderzee Dutch barges. Definite Dutch influence into that one. It's interesting.
Could I just bring in a food note?
Smoked salmon alert.
Is there food in this picture?
No,
In the sea.
In the sea.
The first food note of that. Tate Britain, I have to say, does the best fries in London.
That's so funny.
Oh, they are orgasmic. They're fries.
Oh. Spotlight. My computer's shaking right now. Stop.
Always have to bring a food note in somewhere. So I thought we're just because so if you go to London, try the fries. They are absolutely something else.
Delicious.
That's
You
hysterical.
suddenly find that that's an art installation as well. You've stuffed the props.
I want a picture of Ian having the fry so we catch that orgasm going on.
Oh no,
Diane.
let's not. No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Former
Going back
educator.
to how beautiful it is and wonderful to be celebrating museums and all the beautiful culture and the art. How's that?
Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw that note in, and I'm sure they probably do smoked salmon sandwiches as well. You know, they're
I just like to.
I'm surprised you didn't find that out before you found out about the fries.
Helena, back to the art.
Back to the art. No, but I just would like to say that Ian has sampled fries in every single place that he has been to. He's a fry man. He always does if he's feeling slightly peckish. Anyway,
Wait. What happened to the health kick? Do I have to go into the archives and pull out the old shows when Ian's on a health kick?
yeah, I think he does still has his healthy little bits that he does. I think maybe the fries are the treat, hey?
I'm told, I don't know this. So someone who's probably more astute in food may know this, but I'm told that the chunkier the fry, the less fat it holds on it. So it's only the thin fries that are the worst fries to eat. This is what I'm told, because they hold more fat. However, the thicker, you see, we always get onto food. The thicker the chunk of the fry, the less fattening they are. That's what I've been told.
We're going to have to look into that.
Yes, it's marginal. That.
What if you just eat the whole potato? Just
yes, but not raw. It's not very good for you. But, I mean, fries. I remember in France when I was living there, there was a restaurant there. The fries they served absolutely amazing, and they were actually quite almost hollow, and they were delicious and nice and crispy and so on. And there is actually a restaurant not far from where I am now, a beautiful little village called Tevialach, and they serve the same type of fries. And I've asked, how do you get these? Where do you get them from? And they won't tell me, but they are absolutely incredible. I mean, they're just, just so succulent. And yeah, okay, so they absorb all the fat and so on. You only live once, so live well.
Yeah, I'm not a big fry person. Is anyone else really into fries?
I'm from the South. I love everything fried. Fried chicken, fried liver.
Ooh. That gives me chills, Diane.
Lots of ketchup.
Oh, it's all sugar.
And boy, is it good.
Oh,
Anyway.
my goodness.
Hey, do you know what I want to say, because I don't think we have said this. So the king of conservation, the legend that is Sir David Attenborough, who is obviously great friends with the late Queen Elizabeth. He turned 97, I think only a few days ago. And do you know what? He is absolutely such an inspiration, I think, to so many people. I mean, I only ever remember seeing him on TV from, God, almost crawling, I think. So he's obviously been filming for so many years. And he's filmed, you know, the perils facing our planet. And he's just such an amazing person. I mean, in 1974, he was honoured with a CBE. And in 1985, he received a knighthood. And I think, again, he received another knighthood in 2022, where he was actually given that by, I think, Prince Charles at the time. And that's the prestigious Knight Grand Cross. And another thing as well, because we've had the BAFTAs the other day as well, that he's the only person to have won a BAFTA in black and white, colour, HD and 3D. How about that? And I think he's such an amazing man, and 97, and honestly, we can all learn so much for him and his work ethics and everything. So yeah, congratulations to David Attenborough, and we want you with us for many more years to come.
We just actually watched the program that he was hosting, I think 2 days ago, about animals.
Yeah,
Aw.
it's very soft, almost like a dark whisper of a voice. Yeah, an extraordinary person, and the crew that he's got with him as well to get the shots that they do is just incredible.
It's amazing.
I mean, how they do it is just mind-boggling. Really is.
I think he whispers
voice.
so much. I think he whispers so much because a lot of the time he's with gorillas.
Well, I can just tell you that he had me at hello, so I love his voice.
But I just wonder what's happened to David Attenborough's boat, because there's a boat named after it, which I think, is it in the Arctic at the moment?
Antarctic.
Is it Antarctic? I wonder what's happened there, because I haven't heard about that recently. What it's actually doing at the moment itself. Do you know more on that, on what they're doing in the Antarctic?
It's all part of the Antarctic Survey work, and I mean this is a very, very high-tech floating laboratory that can do things you couldn't even imagine. But I remember she was commissioned and named. The naming ceremony was in Cape Town. Must have been about 2015, 2016. There was a big competition out as to what the boat should be called, and it was Sir David Attenborough was the best name because of what he does for the planet and for the ecology. So there we are. It's an extraordinary ship, and it's so high tech. You wouldn't believe it. It's just extraordinary. Very worthwhile work we do as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we've lost
See,
Helena.
Helena's back.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Is it something I said?
Here I am.
Hiding
We
in
were
the
at a
green room.
loss for words, Helena, when you weren't here. So
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
I'm
There was this
sure.
moment.
Oh, I missed that, but I'm sure it was very interesting. Whatever
Yeah,
you
you
were
want to
saying,
repeat?
Simon. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yes,
Oh.
but like all Arctic and Antarctic vessels, it's a bright red hull, white superstructure, and the idea of the red hull because it is very visible. And but with red, the color spectrum of red, it's not picked up so easily by wildlife and by animals. So it's actually quite a sensible choice. We can see it, and we can see it a mile away. but a passing whale, or well, that would hear the ping off the sonar. But other wildlife, the red doesn't disturb them as much as other colors, because they're seeing monochromatic, in other words, in black and white. They can't afford the license for the color, basically. they see everything in black and white, and so red comes out as a dark gray. So it's pretty benign.
Interesting.
Interesting.
That's my bit of David Attenborough.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what you said. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Lovely. Do you know what? I think it would be lovely. Do we have Dame Deborah James' video?
We sure do.
Just a little bit of a recap there. So Dame Deborah James, should I say, known as Bowel Babe, she launched the No Butts campaign. She's sadly no longer with us, but what an inspiration. Such a wonderful, wonderful woman. And she did this little movie clip that we're going to see now, because she wanted to be able to raise a lot of money so that people could also benefit from treatment that she had was kindly given. Bowel cancer is the 4th most common cancer in the UK, with something like 43,000 people diagnosed each year in the country. And yeah, I think we should just show it. She is just so amazing. Something that she says: find a life worth enjoying, take risks, love deeply, have no regrets, and always live with rebellious hope. And I think that's just so lovely. It's everything she stands for. So I think let's watch it.
Hello, I'm Deborah James, otherwise known as a Bowel Babe. One thing that I wanted to do before I passed away was to set up the Bowel Babe Fund. I wanted to set it up to ensure that more people can benefit from some of the things that I benefited from. Alongside Cancer Research UK, we will ensure that more people have access to personalised medicine, clinical trials, cutting-edge technology to help more and more people live longer with cancer. Every penny counts. I cannot thank you enough for your continued support of the Bowel Babe Fund. You are awesome.
Oh,
Wow.
it's such a lovely lady. And you know, bowel cancer claims the lives of 45 people. This is here in the UK each day. And I think the thing that's great about it as well is that it was a big campaign here, and it's now continued with dancing as well to raise awareness. And she always used to say, like, check your poo, it could just save your life. And obviously everyone sits there cringing, not wanting to say the word, but it's just, she's normalized it, you know. And I just have so much admiration for her. Great lady.
And I think the reality as well was that through the work that she did and through the amount of publicity she did as well, so many women especially have said that it saved their lives because that they noticed something that was irregular, and then went to the doctors and were stopped in time. So, you know, it's quite right, you know, that one of my associates who is a friend of mine as well, and had something himself recently, and it was, you know, perhaps more men needs to talk about it as well. Women seem to be able to, I always feel, talk about medical subjects in a much more open way, whereas men, I think sometimes we just feel it's not the right thing to do. I don't know, you know, but Helena's quite right. I think she brought so much value and her legacy now is that more lives are being saved by what the charity is doing.
Yes, I have to say that I've watched it a couple of times, and as you know, I have ulcerative colitis. My whole colon is filled with ulcers, and it's so hard to talk about it, let alone the way she was dancing and showing, what they had inserted in her and going for the tests. And it's just, I give her so much credit that she was that brave, knowing that she was going to pass away and not thinking about herself, but thinking about other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I find it still quite amazing that I used to have a complaint, hopefully not now, called diverticulitis. So again, I always remember it was really a complaint for the more richer countries of the world. In places like the Chinas and so forth, where they had a different type of diet, they never saw this stuff. So, but it seems to be coming back again, because my friend was diagnosed with diverticulitis.
Yes. I can just tell you, because I run a support group and I'm on the board of the Crohn's Colitis Foundation, that there are so many young people being diagnosed. It's heartbreaking when a parent reaches out and says, my 3-year-old has Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis or diverticulitis, and you think there's no cure, and they have to go their whole life until something turns up. So we need more treatment, more research, more options for people. But awareness is where it all starts. And I think was fantastic that, Helena, you brought that video for us to see today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's great. No.
Well, before we close, is there anything from Scotland?
We've got a sunny day as well, It's not exclusive to Londonshire. We've got fabulous weather, and Scotland's filling up just now. The tourist season here has started in a big way, and the sailing season is well and truly underway. We've got huge big regatta, racing event happening this weekend called the Scottish Series, which is actually just down the road from where I live. The only regret is just now with my knee that I can't take part in any of the racing. But it's about the biggest yacht race apart from the Round the Island race and the Isle of Wight and Cowes. This is a massive, great event. And I know so many of the boats are going to be there. So I'm going to be down there at the weekend and just drooling at these boats. And, I'm saying hello to friends and so on and apologizing. Sorry, guys, I can't come out with you. To which they'll no doubt heave a great sigh of relief and say, thank God we've got them out of it for another year. But, so that's happening this weekend. Then at the beginning of next month, we've got the World Mountain Biking Downhill Championships going on in Fort William. That draws about 30,000 people into the town. The town only has about 10,000 of a population, so it's a big hit for the area. There's a lot more cruise ships now coming up around the West Coast, and bringing lots and lots of people. And this is something which has actually really increased year on year for the past 10, 15 years, when there was just 1 or 2 cruise ships came up. But now we're getting some of the big boys coming up as well. And, it's good to see. We need the money, basically. But, it's, Scotland's booming just now. It's just so nice to see, and everything is incredibly green. The number of people who've stopped me and said, what do they put in the grass here? Because they had never in their lives seen grass as green as the grass that we've got here. So I just say, there's a big paint factory down the road there, a little bit here and there, and so on. It makes it look good. So next year we're trying to do a nice line of tartan in this field over here. So I get very strange looks for that. I can't understand why.
We're still waiting for you to do your own stand-up comedy show. And by the way, I was so engrossed with the show, I see that we're over our time. So I'm sorry about that. It was a really interesting program as always. So thank you for being here. Let's just go around quickly and share whatever words we have for our audience, something uplifting. DIANN, we'll start with you.
Well, Thank you, everyone, for watching. We love you so much. And to my co-host that I'm with, I feel so blessed to know you guys and be a part of your life. And I hope everyone has a joyous day.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you so much. Let's go over to Simon.
Oh, well, all I can say is good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better's best.
You're so
Woo,
good.
you come up with these amazing lines. I love it. Thank you. Helena.
I think I'm just going to end on something Dame Deborah James said. With just, she has so much zizz and fizz, and you know, to if you want to do something in life, just go ahead and do it. You know, don't have any regrets, and always have rebellious hope. And I think, yeah, that's what I'd like to end on.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Ian.
Well, we had a good bit of news this week financially, is that we're not going into recession. And so and trust me, that's a very good bit of news for Great Britain at the moment, that we're not going into recession. So I think basically right now, Great Britain needs to unite, come together. The royal family needs to unite and come together. Whoever pays for the security, so be it. But at the same time, because then we can move forward. And we're one of the greatest nations in the world, and we want to build bridges with another great nation, the Americans.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Woo!
And I just want to leave people with whomever out there has access to healthcare. Please do go and get your cancer screenings. You can save your own life. Get your family members to get theirs. I know sometimes the tests aren't that pleasant, but the alternative is not pleasant either. So please go and have your screenings and take good care of yourself, because health is wealth. That's what comes first, is your health. So wishing everyone a happy and healthy rest of their week. And here in the United States, we'll be celebrating Memorial Day on Monday. So happy Memorial Day to everyone. And thanks to everyone in the military who gives themselves and risks their lives for all of us. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Right, just
Bye.
now.
Bye.
Bye.